actually is the UN able to fund or execute most of these projects or humanitarian programs and even maintain peace and security, because all these duties are actually capital intensive?
That's true, but you rely on the contribution of its member states. That's one of the commitment. It rely also on mechanisms that are based on trust fund, through which sometimes voluntary contribution brings the resources that we need. We are seeing also some UN organizations very much active in engaging the private sector, which are contributing also to the UN work. I think there are different sources of funding, but the main one, of course, is the contribution that is coming from its own member state, which is a commitment they took when they founded this organization.
We in Nigeria, and I would want to ask you, this pact for the future, where is Nigeria, is the place of Nigeria in it?
I believe that this pact is something extremely defining for the future of Nigeria. Because let's remind that Nigeria, in many respects, is the number one country of the African continent. In terms of demographic, I think that's clear. In terms of economy, it's clear. But I feel that sometimes people tend to look at the power and the stance of Nigeria through only those two criteria. But I think there are more. Nigeria probably is one of the most vibrant countries when it comes to innovation. Someone was telling me more than 20% of the startups in the African continent are based here in Lagos. You have such a vibrant cultural and art industry that almost the entire continent and the entire world look up to Nigeria. Then you have a lot of potential for development, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in mineral resources, whether it is in green energy or potential for developing renewable energy. I think for all this potential, Nigeria is so important that most of the time when I address public, I say that the reason why for us Nigeria is important, it's because if we make it, if we succeed in Nigeria, we will succeed in the rest of the continent and hence succeeds in the rest of the world. But if we fail in Nigeria, that failure also will take back the continent and will take back the world. That's what the centrality of Nigeria is. And that's why, to me, these defining elements of the pact of the future resonate so well in the context of Nigeria, and that gives us also as a UN here in Nigeria much bigger burden on our shoulder, because we have to make sure that Nigeria succeeds through the SDG, that Nigeria contributes to the strengthening of the multilateralism, that Nigeria contributes to the future generation, Nigeria contributes to mitigate the climate crisis, Nigeria use all its human resources, human capital potential to contribute to the innovation that will be the one that will drive the history for the generation to come.